Hello! This is where we're at. I recognize the color of my shirt does not really make it easy to differentiate the colors. I also didn't do a great job on the back of it, but I don't see an easy way to show you that without, moving around a lot and exerting a lot of energy that I don't feel like exerting. It smells great. I think it looks pretty nice. I showed my grandma and she says, I like how long it is. Also, I did explain the motorcycle, not yet, the lawnmower box. And my wrist hurts, so I'm holding my arm up. I made some lavender syrup. I could have shown that and I didn't. Whew, tastes like lavender. That's it, my dude. Danny has, what? There she is. Here, I'll show you what I've learned of my song. How am I gonna do this? Nope. I guess you can go there. I'm not gonna be able to see the guitar. Pull up my sleeves. The dining room proudly presents no dinner. Okay. I messed up. There's a lot more that I don't know yet. But I've gotten a lot better at that part. Let's see if it actually, what's that word? Transferred? I don't know. If you know what I'm trying to say, tell me, please, because I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go back to watching Pride and Prejudice because I watched the movie yesterday and I'm watching the series. Even though I hate it, I don't understand, I cannot understand the obsession with Mr. Darcy. He sucks, he's horrible, he's mean. It's called Pride and Prejudice. He's proud and he is prejudiced. What are the redeeming qualities? Let me count the ways. I don't see any. I looked it up and I was like, why is everyone obsessed with Mr. Darcy? And it's like, because before he saw her pretty eyes, he saw her wit. And that's so nice. And sure, it's nice to recognize somebody's, intelligence without disregarding them based on what they look like. But he's also super rude and mean and rude and mean and ruined Lizzie's family's life for a bit because he just assumed things without, double checking or saying, hey, I have this thought and I have a lot of power and I think that I should act on this thought, but I don't know if it's correct, so I'm gonna check with, no, he didn't do that. And then made the book 5,000 majillion pages longer than it should have been. Because same with the Odyssey, man. I didn't even read all of the Odyssey because I had surgery in the middle of it and I just never, I read the beginning and I read the end and I didn't read the middle. But I at least read up to the part where he almost made it back to Ithaca and then was like, yo, I got this bag, but squad, don't touch the bag. I'm not going to tell you why, but you can't touch it. Don't ever touch it. Don't touch it. He didn't tell them that it had the wind in it, and then if they touched it, the wind would blow them away. He didn't tell them that. That would, what? Why couldn't he have told them that? He didn't tell them that, and then he took a nap, and then his crew opened up the bag, and then 7,000 pages later, he makes it back to Ithaca instead of, 10 pages that it would take to get back if they didn't open the wind. I don't know. Also, Odysseus is poopy. He killed a bunch of people for no reason. You mean his kid killed him too. I read a book. I didn't read a book. I listened to the audiobook of Circe, which is by the Madeline something Miller, who wrote Achilles, which I think is more popular, but they're both by her. They were both good. I listened to both of them. And Circe's about Circe, who sometimes is Calypso. Looked it up because I was like, wait, this doesn't always make sense. And she lives on an island. She was I think she was the kid of a Titan. I don't think she was a god. I think, yeah, she was the kid of the sea Titan, unless I'm getting that wrong. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What matters is she's immortal and she's got a little bit of magical powers because I don't exactly know how they explained it in the book, how she explained it in the book, but anyway, it doesn't matter. How many times am I going to say that? She lived on an island, and then Odysseus washed up on her island, and she was the lady in the book, not in the Odyssey. In the book, she was the one who, like, turned all these scary dudes into pigs, because the first time people washed up on her island, she was, like, tried to be nice to them, and then they her, and she was like, not into that. So, she turned his crew into pigs, but then he was like, I'm not a pig, literally or metaphorically. Because I guess he was kind of a nicer dude than the rest of the dudes. But he wasn't. Because eventually he just got super corrupt. But that happens later. And then he got her pregnant, but he didn't know. And then he left. And then she was like, oh, I'm having a baby! And then she's like, well, there's only one person it could be. And then when that kid grows up, he goes over and meets Odysseus. And then he accidentally kills Odysseus. Anybody noticing some common themes in Greek literature? And then Telemachus, Odysseus' other son, is like, that's not cool. And then Penelope, Odysseus' wife, is like, meh, I'm over it. And then they go on a little adventure because all of the suitors, all the suitors and all the people in Ithaca are like, I hate. Why am I explaining this? What was even the point? I think the point was that Telemachus got super sad because Odysseus was evil and made him kill a bunch of ladies. But I didn't explain up to that point. But I'm not going to, because who cares? Who's gonna watch this? Not most people. This is what my hair looks like. It smells delicious. Okay, bye. Was it going? Oh, sorry. That was a mistake on my part. Final thoughts. I put my hair up. Ta-da! Final thoughts on Mr. Darcy. This has always bothered me. His friend or cousin, I can't remember which, is Colonel Fitzwilliam. Last name Fitzwilliam. What's Mr. Darcy's first name? Fitzwilliam. Jane Austen, can you not come up with more intriguing names? Also, there's so many moments where, and maybe it's for comedy, maybe people just think it's funny, but there are so many moments where it's like, Miss Bennet, and Miss Bennet, and Miss Bennet, and Mrs. Bennet, and Mr. Bennet, and Miss Bennet, and Miss Bennet, because there's 5 children, and then they all go by Miss or Mrs. or Mr. Bennet. Also, the mom calls the dad Mr. Bennet, and that's kind of weird. There I go, putting on my cultural biases. Final thought. I think I already said final thought. Yes, Fanny? Yes! She just wanted to burp on me. Gross. You can't like me, dear. Okay, anyway, final thought. I did look at an interview because I was so confused about why people are so obsessed with Mr. Darcy, and I saw an interview of Colin Firth talking about playing Mr. Darcy and then playing Mark Darcy from Bridget Jones, which is amazing. So much better than anything ever. Bridget Jones and Love Actually are, maybe it's just Hugh Grant and Colin Firth. They don't seem like they'd be friends. Anyway, Colin Firth was saying that Mr. Darcy from Jane Austen is really just a guy with, like, social anxiety, and he hates, new social situations. So, I don't want to fault him for that, but also, not but. recognize maybe he's got some social anxiety that makes it hard for him to come off as a not proud and not prejudiced human being. In addition to that, sorry, the dogs are making noises. In addition to that fact, I don't believe in giving people passes for having differences. I think that differences in everybody are awesome, and how you deal with those differences, especially if you recognize that you have them. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Colin Firth did, but Colin Firth isn't Mr. Darcy. I'm gonna call him Fitzy now, because we're on first name nickname basis. Fitzy. Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't think that you should give people passes for being mean even if they have a difference, if they can help it, if they recognize it, if they say, like, it infuriates me. Not really. It just annoys me when you're like, hey, that was kind of rude, and then someone will come back and say, well, it's not my fault, I have a disability, or like, I have a whatever. I think that it's understandable if you aren't able to reconcile the fact that you have a difference, and that requires extra work on your part to fit in to like mainstream conversations. But if you recognize that and you're using it as an excuse instead of saying like, oh yeah, that's something I'm working on, thank you for letting me know, I have whatever, those things are different, and it makes me frustrated. And I don't know what Mr. Fitzy, sorry, we're friends now, I don't know what Fitzy would do. But I just wanted to say that, also cover all my angles. I'm gonna eat my trail mix now. Randy, you can't have any of this. You beautiful, beautiful girl. Okay, bye. Hi, my dog is sad for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I'm gonna sit with her and try to make her feel better. I was uploading Obi's having a nice time. Just scratching on my mattress. I was gonna upload my video, and then I was titling it, and then I realized dis probably comes from the word dissection, and then I was like, well, rap is a science, and I thought that was a salient thought, and that I should share it with everybody I can. So that's it.